Hello there guys, it's Ruth here at Artful Stampin. Okay, so it's Sunday evening. It's been a beautiful day today. It's been super sunny outside. The kids have been playing in the paddling pool and yeah, it's been really lovely. Bit too hot to do anything else really. So we've had a busy day at church today and so we're kind of chilling. So Stampin' Up! Friend of mine wanted me to come on live because I think he wanted to be entertained. So here I am. But no, seriously, I have so many ideas for different videos to kind of inspire you and share with you. And one of the videos, or maybe perhaps a series of videos that I would like to do, would be kind of on pattern and how to create pattern. Hi April, nice to see you. So this is a live, I'm doing this live currently on YouTube. So if you're watching this on the replay, hi, thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions, please do pop them in the box below. So if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I love designing my own papers, using Stampin' Up! Products to create my own kind of look and images. And one design style that I keep returning back to that I really love is like kind of Japanese print style, because the Japanese have an amazing way on their beautiful papers of combining geometrics with florals. So if you don't know what I mean by geometric, it means things that are more kind of shape based. So stripes, hexagons, triangles, square, repeating patterns, hexagons, things like that, and florals. Because to me, the cleverness is if you can cleverly show off all the different elements of a design but yet not have them kind of conflict too much with each other, then you're doing a good job. And I think the Japanese have a really interesting way of being able to do that in a really balanced way. So we're going to have a little, I'm going to have a little play today with you guys. As I said, this is a live video, so it's going to go slower than some of my other videos, because when I put those other ones online, I speed it up. So you're going to get the real kind of process going on here. I dug out my sketch pad because I thought it might be interesting just to go through some basic ideas that I would encourage you to play with if you're kind of attempting to have a play for yourself, and just think about how you can create pattern across a page. So I'm just going to split this up into 4 sections to just have a quick think about how we can do this. So imagine this is just a whole sheet of paper. This pencil doesn't seem to be working very well. I'll grab another one. Hello, do say hello if you're watching this live. It's really nice to have you guys with me. Do feel free to share this video out with anybody that you think may be interested. Okay, so creating pattern at an angle across a page can be quite interesting. So that's just one way we could do it. The other way is obviously lots of vertical lines like that. Okay, and then obviously you can do those horizontally as well. Then the other way we can create pattern is by doing, I don't know, this kind of reminds me of a polka dot, but having key points that you offset. So you've got 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you guys can see that. You've got 1, 2, 3. Then in between, you've got that one and that one and that one and that one. So in a way, you're creating this. I guess it's a grid effect or diamond effect, and you're kind of focusing on at the intersections like that. Okay. What's the other way we could do this? Is either by going, just a line straight through your design that way, or straight through the other way. But I think we're going to focus on full designs at the moment, so I don't know why I did that one. Or maybe we could do that. So you go design, 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 and actually that effect you could twist around and do all sorts of things with. You could do that with this one. Oh, actually, no, not. I know what. Scrap that. Wave. I forgot about that. A wave design across the paper. Okay, you're with me so far. Sorry if I'm confusing you. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so, oops. So wave design across there like that. Okay, so rather than going in straight lines, we go for waves. And then this could even be broken up. The wave itself could even be broken up. So if you look at Japanese, if you Google Japanese papers, you'll notice that that design is quite common, where there's like a wave and you might have geometrics in there, have florals in here, and so on. Okay, so let's just get stamping. Grab some cardstock. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? So rather than stamping up huge A4 pieces, I think I'll just cut this up into, or I'll just use this in sections. And I can't find my trimmers. I have 2 trimmers. Where have they gone? How bizarre. Oh, they're right in front of me. Anyway, hello everybody. Who have we got now? We've got 6 people watching. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so we're talking about pattern today and how you can create different patterns with your stamps. So has anyone got any particular colours they want me to use? Otherwise, I'm just going to use what's on my desk already, because I was doing some filming the other day, so I've still got some stamps here. And I'm probably going to be using a combination of stamps that are about to retire, plus maybe some new ones. You might see some sneak peeks here. So who wants to see sneak peeks? Right, so this one's on my desk, and I do like the floral elements of this one. This is kind of got a Japanese feel to it. And also I thought it would be interesting to actually cross hatch some of this. So cross hatch means to have something go in one direction and then have something go in the opposite direction. So you create this kind of like hatching effect. So because that's got so many lines in it, I thought, oh, that might be interesting to cross over. So I might just do that and see what happens, because I've not done that before with this stamp set. Okay, so blocks. Let's get a nice big one here. I'll get that flower out ready. So because I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out, I don't want to use too dark a colour. So what about this new Grapefruit Grove? I think I might just get some scrap paper just to pop under there. You can see I've been using that as scrap paper before. Okay, so I'm sitting down now, so I can't see your comments for a minute, but I will check back with you. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to do that. No, I didn't ink up properly. Oh dear. Okay, let's start that again. Ink properly this time, Ruth. Okay, go like that. And like that. Okay, I think maybe there are just too many lines in this design. So it's not quite achieving the effect I wanted it to achieve, but that's okay. This is all about playing and figuring it out. So to me that's quite messy, but we're going to keep going and see what else we can do. Now, what else is on my desk? Ooh, I've got this Touches of Textures on my desk. So I honestly didn't plant these here. These were already here. Just goes to show how I don't really tidy up between different things. I do sometimes. Okay. I don't know if that's a bit too distracting having that there. So I want to fill in some spaces with this stamp. And I like this stamp because it hasn't got kind of really defined edges, so I can kind of do some funky things with it. Exactly. That's my excuse. Okay. So I've also got a bit of Tangerine Tango here. I'm not sure about that green, but never mind. I want to just fill in Now I don't want to go over and over the same florals, but I do want it to look like there's a little bit of a cluster going on. Okay. Oh, I forgot I could do that. That's a bit better, isn't it? Let's see if I can do a bit more of a cluster over here. Now, if you were super brave, you could actually cut this photopolymer apart, so you could use the stamps individually. So you can use it how you want it to be. Okay. Happy with that. Oh, now I've also got on my desk this hexagon. So I'm wondering whether to put some of that hexagon over the top. So maybe go for a slightly darker green, like garden green. And see how that would look. Okay. Feels like I need something else in here, some more texture, but not as big. So, okay, so there's a new stamp set that's coming out in June called, I'm still getting used to the name of it, Artisan Textures, and it's this one here. Now, it's quite useful, this one, because it's got some really interesting textural elements. So I want to just add a few more things. So this is quite a cute little one with little like circles and dots and things like that. So let's stick with the garden green for a moment. Let's see if I can just fill in some extra areas. Okay. Okay, so this design hasn't got a particular focal point, it's just kind of, it is a design. So this would be great for using as a background perhaps, and having a like a focal point of a sentiment or something in the middle or to the side. It is very much just a design. It's, yeah. Okay, right. Shall we have some more of a play? Do give your feedback. I don't mind if you don't like it at all. I'm purely just playing, just trying to look at patterns and how they kind of work together. So I might stick with some of the stamps I've got out, but I'm going to change the colour up a little bit. Has anyone got any particular colours that they'd like me to use? Hi Bobby, nice to see you. So this is what we've just done. So while I just tidy up some of these colours, has anybody got some colours they'd particularly like me to use? I do have all the new in colours, if anyone wants to see me play with those. I've just used Grapefruit Grove, so I'm going to put that away because I don't want to use that one again. What else have I got? Got Rich Razzleberry here. Oh, I've got Tempting Turquoise. Now that one is one that's going. What else could we mix with that? Oh, Cajun Craze is a bit of an unusual combination, but we could do that. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so as I was saying before, a whole combination, Bobby. I was saying earlier that we're kind of taking inspiration from Japanese papers. So I've sketched out some patterns that you can kind of create like that. The one I've just done was kind of like a random one. I wanted to experiment to do the cross hatching, so that's what that is. Okay, so I particularly want to have a try doing this wave kind of look and see what happens. So we may as well do it blue. So we're going to kind of go in a bit of a wave like that. Hi Linda. Oh, hi Jodie. So this kind of reminds me of Bubbles. And there is a beautiful new stamp set called Sea of Textures that this would go so well with, which I do have. I know, technology, hey. Okay, so this is, I've gone for this kind of like wave effect here. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah, when you're stamping in a hurry like I am, just be aware of not kind of like doing that or twisting, unless you want that effect. Okay, so if you've just come on board, I was saying earlier how I love mixing geometrics with florals. So I'm just going to grab something floral. Good old Blooms and Wishes. So I go for Blooms and Wishes. I know it's cliched, but it's just such a good stamp set. I'm really going to miss it. It's one that I think I'll probably be holding on to for a little while. So this one, the Blooms and Wishes, is retiring. No, what you do is when you go live, Jodie, it asks you it takes a photo of whatever you've got in front of your camera, and you can, if you don't like it, you can reset it up, and then yeah. But what I tend to do is when I get time later on, I'll redo the thumbnail because it's not that interesting, is it, that thumbnail? So. Oh, isn't there? Oh, that's good. The only thing about doing it on YouTube is that I won't be able to go back in here and edit it. Oh, actually, no, I can. I can speed it up. I can do that. But I can't do so much. 5 seconds. 5. Periscope is usually quicker than that, isn't it? Okay, so I've done the florals. This stamp here, this image here, is a very clever little one. Because you can do some interesting cross-hatching with it. So I'm going to show you how I do that. If I just come in a bit closer. Ooh, a bit close, a bit too close. There we go. Okay, so go in at an angle and then cross hatch. Okay, go in, cross hatch. Oh, I'm doing a whole mixture. My theme for this is about pattern making, so I'm using a whole mixture. So at the beginning of this broadcast, I was talking about Japanese patterning and how they mix things together. So I'm kind of taking inspiration from some Japanese patterns that I've seen, and just using whatever Stampin' Up stuff I've got, whether it's retiring or new or whatever. It's just whatever I think suits what I'm trying to achieve. It is clever, isn't it, as a crosshatch? I love it. Okay, I'm going to do another one in this corner. Right, just cutting that off a little bit. Okay, so let's just have a look at what other florals I've got that I can... Now I have got this little one out from Butterfly Basics. So I could do some little flowers with that one. I'm just going to sit down for a sec, guys. If I miss your comments, I'll come back and see them in a minute. Okay, so... Ooh, that's quite dark. But hey ho. The kids are watching the new Jumanji film. In the UK, we've got a bank holiday tomorrow, so they haven't got school. And it looks like the weather is going to be amazing. So, can you believe it, guys? Only a few weeks ago it was snowing, and now I'm in my shorts. Okay, maybe the Cajun Craze is a little bit too dark, but no mind. I need to brighten it up with something, don't I? It's a bit dull looking. Oh, I know what I'll use. I thought I lost a stamp. Oh, I had, no, tell a lie. I had lost it. There was a stamp that I lost. It was this one here. And it was one, this is my favourite stamp. Well, one of my favourites out of this whole set. I have lots of favourites in this set. So now I'm keeping it in its plastic baggie because I don't ever want to lose it again. Because sometimes other people use my stamp sets and they don't realise that sometimes these fly off, and that's what I thought had happened. Someone else had opened it up and I thought, oh no, I bet it flew off, and they didn't realise. So I was resigned to never seeing it again in my life. And then the other day I was packing or cleaning some stamps and one fell on the floor, and I picked that one up and next to it was that one. Woohoo! I was so happy. So happy. Because I was even considering selling this stamp set on eBay, because now generally when Stampin' Up! Demonstrators are not allowed to sell full sets on eBay, current sets, but slight bending of the rules, sometimes people sell off individual set stamps, like just single ones, and apparently you're allowed to do that because it's like a kit or something. Anyway, it's a really bizarre rule. Oh, I just dropped it. So I even thought, you know what, I'm just going to sell it, like in singles, because I'm sure everybody loses a stamp at some point and would like to just buy one. And anyway, I didn't have to do that. Woohoo! Okay, what colour should I put with this? I want something nice and bright, because that's looking a little bit dull. crushed curry? Maybe. Oh, do you? Yeah, I've gone for yellow. Stampin in Nova Scotia. Nice to see you. Oh, it's not super bright, but I think it just helps brighten things up. Okay, I'm going to try go fast. So it looks like I'm doing one of my speeded up ones. Oh, accuracy goes out the window if I do it too fast. There we go. Okay, right, now what I need now is some sort of solid leaf, because otherwise I'm in danger from losing the design. And there's a cute solid leaf in Swirly Bird. Okay, because I'm so floral obsessed, guys, I know a lot about all the different floral Stampin' Up sets. I know exactly what I need when. Because, yeah, I'm just a little bit obsessed like that. You know what, I think I've got a little bit of hay fever, you know. My nose is a little bit runny. Come craft with me, come craft with me. No, come craft with me. Let's craft and fly away. To Jody land in a happy house down in New Hampshire Bay. Does New Hampshire have a bay? I know it has beaches because Jodie's been to the beaches, but I don't know if that's in New Hampshire. Is that in New Hampshire, Jodie? Sorry, for those of you watching on replay, you will have no idea why I started singing that. It was because Jodie just said, in reply to someone saying where they lived, she said, come and craft with me. Because the downside to YouTube Live is that the comments can only be viewed if you go on a PC. You can view the comments down the side of the video, but they don't appear like below the video like people commenting on the actual videos. Great Bay near Portsmouth. That sounds cool. Okay, so I'm just adding these little leaves in here because I think it just needed a little bit brightening up. I'm not so sure about this colour scheme anymore, but there we go. Yeah, you can see them now, Jodie, but once this video is not live anymore, you know how when people comment on videos, when they're not live, they appear below, you know, in the comments box. All your comments won't appear in the comments box below, but they will be available to the side on a PC, Mac, or whatever you're using. So there we go. Okay, so from this design, excuse the colour scheme, I didn't really think it out properly, but can you see how you've got the different layers of elements? And if you're somebody who is thinking of creating designs for yourself like this, don't feel like, oh my goodness, there's just so much there, I wouldn't know where to start. If you go back and watch the process that I just did, you'll see that I lay down different elements at different times. It's not about kind of like creating it all straight away. It's actually quite mathematical. Okay, so I'm hoping that will just help you with, think that through. Right, so I'm just going to put that one aside. Right, the other design element I was talking about was kind of creating focal points at different places, kind of following a diamond form, where you've got, if you imagine you've got the diamonds and where the lines intersect, you've got like a focal point there, and there. For some reason that pattern is used time and time again. If you go and study patterns, you'll see that occur. Okay, so I'm the queen of pattern, people are saying. Oh, that's very kind of you. I am a little bit of a pattern freak. I have wondered why, and interestingly, as I was doing research for this little video now, I was looking up Japanese patterns, and then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to look up African pattern as well, because some of you may not know, but I was actually born in Nigeria and I lived there for 9 years. So my parents were working out there as missionaries, and so I am not naive to the fact that I was probably heavily influenced as a child by all the patterns I saw on the fabrics that a lot of the women and men would wear out in Africa. And recently, someone commented, or I read somewhere about African patterning, and generally there are hardly any straight lines in African patterns, and that's generally because there are not generally straight lines in the landscape. So, you know, obviously if you come to Europe, places like that where land is very flat and there's cities and lots of buildings, and they've been very sort of structured buildings for a very long time, we're kind of into our lines. And it's interesting that the Japanese are too. But in Africa, when you look out the window, it's lots of curves and landscape, and so lots of curvies, you know what I mean? So it's interesting that the patterning it has a very distinctive style. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now and get on and do this. So there's also lots of blocking as well, colour blocking, which is interesting because I've got Swirly Bird in front of me. Okay, let's have a think what we can do here. Okay, I think I'm going to try as much as possible to stick with Swirly Bird. So if you have this stamp set, this is easily, you can repeat this yourself. And I think I'm going to go for a very kind of romantic, this one? Oh, brilliant, Jodie. You are not going to regret it. It's such a good set. It really, really is. Oh, you can just create such beautiful things with this. Okay, I'm going to go and play with one of my most favourite colour schemes, which is pink and green. So I'm going to grab Old Olive, Melon Mambo, maybe even some Blushing Bride. Oh, there's the new lovely lipstick, which does come into the pink, but it's a very raspberry looking pink. Do I want Call Me Clover? Oh, I might do. Let's have a look, see how that will look. It's going towards the blues, but I might just swing it back with a little bit of lemon lime twist as well. So you know, I might not use all these, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, in the meantime, I'm just going to pop some of these stamps to one side. I'm going to do an Esther. So if you don't follow Stampin' Star Creations, she's my sister on YouTube. And what she recommends is that when you're stamping like crazy, like I am, is you have your big clear block here. And when you've finished with something, just pop it on there to keep it safe, because I haven't got a little helper here to help me clean up right now. So I'm just going to pop all these stamps on here so I know that I'm not going to lose them, but I've got my blocks ready to use. I'm just going to pile some stuff up there. Don't need that one either, just pop that one there, but I do need that one. Okay, so I'm just going to put that to the side there. Oh, I've got my little leaf there, don't want to lose that. Move these stamps onto the floor. Okay, here we go. Right, I'm going to sit down for this one. So again, I'm going to might miss some comments, but I'll come back to you, I promise. Okay, so we're going to have the focal point then. I'm going to do it this way up. I'm going to create my focal point areas by actually stamping the light colour first. And I do tend to recommend that you do stamp your lighter colours first anyway. But sometimes when I'm creating my bookmarks, if you have ever watched my bookmark videos, you'll notice that I tend to do the focal points first, which are usually the darker colours. So I'm just going to stamp that there, that one there, and that one there. Okay, so you can use, actually this formation almost creates a diamond pattern anyway. You can kind of see, look, it's kind of created for me there. Okay, let's get some of these beautiful roses out. I love these. Let's go for this gorgeous new lovely lipstick. Such a yummy, yummy colour. Okay, so remember you can create variation by stamping off. You don't have to always go back and ink up. So I'm going to do one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. Do that one. I'm just going to catch the end of that. Do that. Okay, I'm not being super duper strict, like I might be a little bit out, but you know, it doesn't matter. It's hand stamped. Okay, so that's that. So that's that beautiful little rose. Where's my little leaf? I'm going to bring my leaf in here. Should we go for the Call Me Clover? I think I will. You know, I am going to so enjoy using this colour for this lovely lipstick, I think, for the next 2 years. It is gorgeous, gorgeous. And the stamped off colour is beautiful as well. Okay, so Call Me Clover. Hello, Clover. Woohoo! Okay, so as I said to you earlier, it is very mathematical. I'm being very repetitive here in my design. Okay. Da, 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 da. That one there. Okay, and to make it easier for me, I'm just going to turn that upside down. And I'm going to do the same again into that little point there. Okay, and then there's a tricky element when you get to when you get to this part here, you have to kind of look at how the leaf is falling with the full design and kind of try and transfer it over. So I'm just going to stamp off and then kind of do that because that's mirroring that. Okay. I'm happy with that. Now I did want to have another little something going on. I want another little pink in there, so I wonder whether about doing this little flower. I could almost do something a little bit smaller, to be honest, but I haven't got anything smaller in this stamp set, so I'm just going to go with this one. But we are going for a lighter colour, so I'm still getting used to these ink pads. Just stuck my thumb in it. Okay, let me check if I've had any new comments. Are you doing the 25th challenge? This is so Christmas. Ah. Yes, the challenge for the Christmas challenge, Christmas Stampathon 2018 is to make 4 cards, black and white with a pop of colour. So, you know what? I'm actually really reluctant to put another design on here, you know. Okay, I'm going to go for it, but it may not work. Let's see if this works. Okay, so just to a little bit lower than that dark rose, popping that in there. And maybe we should go, oh, just there as well. Yeah, that will work. Yes, if you're not taking part in the Christmas Challenge Stampathon, do head on to go to Facebook and type Christmas Challenge Stampathon and you will find us, and you're more than welcome to take part. You just have to submit your entry before the 24th of May. And every time you enter, so you can enter from now, it doesn't matter that you haven't been with us since January, you can enter from now, and every entry you get an accumulative points for. So the first month you take part, you get 1 point, the second month you get 2 points, and so on. So it doesn't matter if you have to sort of bow out for any reason for a month or so. And it's a great way to get some Christmas kind of jobs done. So we've already done, you can take part in the other challenges if you want to, but you just won't be able to be entered, your points be entered. So we've already done things like making bags and tags and cards. And we've made Christmas cards that are kind of non-traditional colours. What else have we done? And then of course this month's is to do 4 cards that are black, white with a pop of colour. So super fun. And actually sometimes having a restriction, it means that you can actually be a little bit more creative and it makes you push your boundaries a bit more. Okay, right, I think I'm going to stop there. So you could look at this, have this design either way, it's up to you. But I think that works quite well, having those clusters. So I possibly wouldn't put I'm not sure about that Call Me Clover. I'd perhaps do that with something else, but because it's slightly on the bluey side rather than the yellowy green side. But anyway, and yeah, it might be coming up different with you as well. Okay, so that is using that design where you have the different focal points like that. Okay, so the other one I haven't done is just going for lines, and I've got one piece of cardstock left, so I can do that with you now. And while we've still got Swirly Bird out, we may as well use that one. Give Jodie some inspiration, as she's just purchased this one. Yeah, and it's interesting actually using curves in a line. Yeah. Okay, so we've got lovely lipstick. I'm going to carry on using this design, these colours because they're so gorgeous. Okay, so let's have a think. Okay, that wasn't really... It's not very a strict line, but... Okay. And there's something really therapeutic about creating a pattern like this because it's so repetitive but so satisfying to watch. You know what, I think I might just retitle this video as Satisfying Stampin' videos. Oh my goodness, have you ever looked on YouTube and looked up those satisfying videos of watching, I don't know, paint drip or, I don't know, cakes being decorated and things like that? They are so satisfying to watch. They really are. Okay, what should I use now? Okay, I might use Blushing Bride. Right. Might just do these in a row. And then we'll do something in between. Sorry if you can hear the film in the background. Okay. Oh, I was thinking of like using the bird. Don't know how he'd fit. No, he doesn't fit. Okay, I'm not going to do that one. There's some other patterns there going on here. Might be quite fun to use. Okay, let's get a bit more geometric with this then. What have I got open here? I've got Old Olive still open here, so pick that up. I wonder if I've ever actually used this stamp. Oh, I might have done it maybe the first time I got it. But you probably find that there are some stamps within a stamp set that you tend to go for most. Oh, I think this needs re-inking, this pad. Yep, it definitely does. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing here, guys, so thank you for sticking with me as I experiment. Sorry if you're reading comments. Sorry if you're commenting and I'm not reading them right now because I'm concentrating on this right now. I don't even know why I'm doing this little bit down here, but it just felt like I should. I just felt. Okay, now what I'd be interested in having a play with is... Oh no, I was going to... Oh no, that bit there. Got to do that bit there, haven't I? Okay, yeah, this is very kind of geometric. Right. Might use that little leaf just to bring a touch of softness into the side here. But again, just repeat. Oh yeah, that's okay. Just repeat that going up. Okay. Maybe up the side like that. Yes, okay, that's working. Okay. Now the other thing about this stamp set is there is this lovely big block shape, which could be fun to now just completely go over this and do a whole nother layer of patterning, which I think I'll do in a pale colour. Oh, I could do it in a lemon lime. Ooh. Right, let me just check some comments, see if you guys are... Peppermint stick. Oh, hi Christine, nice to see you. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me. It's generally kids. Bank holiday weekend is dragging. Oh my gosh, it's only just begun. It's been super duper traffic in this area. Like usually on a Sunday morning there's hardly any traffic in this town, but there are a lot of people heading to the coast. So it was busy today. Okay, so that just adds another element. I don't know whether I like it or not, but it is what it is. So, there we go. There we go. Okay, so that's creating patterns with stripes. Okay, so just repeat patterning with stripes. Yeah, that's that one. I suppose we could even do some dots. Shall we do some dots? Oh, go on. Go on, go on. Just have a go. Oh yeah, that just adds a little bit extra. You probably can't see it very clearly on the screen, but it does just add. It just softens it a little bit. I just can't stop. I'm sorry. You know me. Less is more. It's such a bore. Much as I absolutely love less is more, and I totally am in awe of people who can do it, I just find it really hard. Occasionally I can do it, but generally I can't. Okay, so let's put that round there like that. There we go. Okay, right, so pattern. Oh my goodness, I've been on here for 15 minutes. I don't believe it. Okay, so first one was kind of like a bit of a hodgepodge. I wanted to experiment with cross hatching, so I used the this stamp from Wild About Flowers, that one. Okay, Christine, yeah. Then we did this one, which was kind of supposed to be in waves. Okay, not so sure about the colour scheme, but that one, the idea was to kind of, it's stripes, but it's, yeah, not quite so wavy. Maybe I should have waved it a bit more, that one. Then this one, going for areas of pattern. And actually there is a video I did quite a while ago. It was probably last celebration, which I think I called it something like 4 cards, 1 stamp set, or 1 stamp set, 4 cards, and I show how to do different patterns and stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's Rich Raspberry with Tempting Turquoise, Cajun Craze, and Crushed Curry. Okay, so that was that design, and then that one just doing kind of playing with the stamps and doing patterns in stripes. Actually, this does remind me of being quite African. So there we go. Right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me, and hope you get some inspiration. Go and dig out your stamps and get inky. I can never not be inky when I'm stamping. And hope you have a fantastic weekend, whatever you're doing. Yeah, go and get stamping. Okay. Oh my goodness, I've just looked out my window and I've got like I think it's a very red-breasted finch. I can't tell you if it's a red bullfinch or a whatever, but he's definitely not a robin. It's wow, that's quite spectacular. Anyway, I'm going to go and have a look up what bird that is. Okay, guys, take care for now. Lovely to see you. Lots of love.